and welcome to Blockbuster review on Prudent Media. My name is Sachin Chatte and on this program we take a look at the latest releases. Today we will take a look at the much awaited Toxic. Now Toxic की स्टोरी क्या है मैं आपको संक्षिप्त में बताता हूँ. This film is directed by गीतू मोहनदास. ये फिल्म 3 घंटे 14 मिनट लंबी है. अगर आप वो सारे सीन निकाल दिए इसमें यश स्लो मोशन में चल के आते हैं तो फिल्म करीब 2.5 घंटे की हो जाएगी. अगर आप वो सारे सीन निकाल देते हैं जिसमें यश सिगरेट सुलगाते हैं या सिगार सुलगाते हैं और सिगार पीते हैं और शराब पीते हैं तो फिल्म 2 घंटे की हो जाएगी. And if you remove the violent fights involving axes, guns, knife, grenade, chainsaws, छोटी बंदूक, बड़ी बंदूक, बहुत बड़ी बंदूक, and what appears to be the entire inventory of a hardware store, you are left with roughly 60 minutes. Which frankly would have been the perfect length because the entire film is summarized in the last 20 minutes anyway. इस फिल्म में एक लाइन है, मेरी मदर टंग ही वायलेंस है रे, यूनिवर्सल लैंग्वेज. Clearly the filmmakers took that as an instruction manual and that in a nutshell is Toxic, a fairy tale for grown-ups. With its non-stop violence and rising body count, both dead bodies and the hero's paramours, this fairy tale is hard to sit through even for grown-ups. Writers Geetu Mohandas and Yash are trying to say something about the cycle of violence and the trauma that it leaves behind, but it makes its point in such a tedious way that you give up. Geetu Mohandas gave us Liar's Dice and Muthun, which were really impressive works and both were independent films in their own right. Here though, the film leans entirely on Yash's charisma. He plays a double role and the story and direction keep getting shoved into the background. The film is set in 1947, at least it opens in 1947 in Goa under the Portuguese rule. The film barely seems to have been shot here apart from a couple of beach shots. The sets are lavish, the budgets are clearly massive, but there's no coherent story underneath it. That's obvious from scene 1 when a circus blows up for no real reason. We are told there's a gang war raging between the Salvador and the Fernandez clan. Raya, played by Yash, is a one-man army who walks, kills and lights cigars all in slow motion. When he's not killing people, he's drinking, and when he's not drinking, he's falling in bed with whichever woman is nearest to him. Nayanthara plays his devoted sister Ganga. The women around Raya, played by Huma Qureshi, Tara Sutaria, Rukmini Vasant and Kiara Advani, mostly exist to orbit him. Several lines are cringeworthy. At one point, a woman calls him toxic with the confidence of a psychiatrist delivering a diagnosis. वो बोलता है कि मैं बुरा आदमी हूँ क्या? नहीं, तुम बहुत toxic आदमी हो, she says. Women get pregnant with alarming speed. We are squarely in bad boys are attractive territory. One particularly absurd scene has a woman strapped with a bomb, ticking down, and our hero calmly diffuses it and throws it out of the window in one smooth motion. By the climax, which is set bizarrely in snow, and I presume that's nowhere close to Goa, the film has something to say, but it buries the message under slow motion, swagger, cigar smoke, and endless explosions. By the time it gets to its point, the audience has already survived enough carnage to count as collateral damage. Toxic calls itself a fairy tale for grown-ups, but it plays more like a long adolescent fantasy where Yash is the hero, every problem has a weapon-shaped solution, every woman is an accessory, and subtlety is the first casualty. I'm going to go with 1.5 out of 5 stars for Yash's much-awaited Toxic. Watch this film at your own risk. Well, that's what I thought of Toxic that was released this week. Do let us know what you think, and I'll be back next week with more movie reviews. Till then, it's goodbye from me.